tell you, there is nothing scarier to wake up to in your entire life than something like that. I thought it was like,
wait, at 6 a.m. too, right?
Hey man, I took the Giants minus plus 2.5, and now I'm in Suffolk County Jail. Come get me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the most underrated podcast in real estate, but also planet Earth, The Walkthrough, where each and every single week we bring on top industry professionals to talk trending topics in real estate in real time. My name is Dan Oneil, and I am your co-host and captain of BAM, Broke Agent Media, and today we have a jam-packed episode for you all. And yes, you know what? Maybe I say that every single week, but it is damn true. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, just days away from BAM Camp in Naples, Florida, a.k.a. God's country. You know he's gotten 30 haircuts. He's tanned. He's microbladed. He's probably gotten 900 facials. Mr. Eric, the broke agent Simon. Eric, how you doing, buddy? Are you excited to see us in 7 days?
I cannot wait. However, I also have a wedding that starts this weekend. So I have gotten microbladed. I was tanning yesterday. I do have a haircut tonight, and I am shaving this beard, so it's a perfect length for BAM Camp. So I am fired up. 1 week away from the best event in real estate history. Shane's going to be speaking. Dan's going to be speaking. Kristen's not going to be there.
She should. Next time.
She will.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Speaking of Kristen, for the first time ever, I am super excited to have you on the show today. We have Kristen Clowry from Ontario, Canada. Kristen, how you doing?
Awesome. How are you?
Couldn't be better being joined by the three of you guys and to have you on the show. And lastly, we are joined by returning guest, probably fan favorite, an absolute practitioner. That is my new favorite word after Byron introduced it to us last week. Navy veteran.
Introduced that word to us? You've never heard that word until Byron said it?
I've never in my life. I thought a practitioner was like a nurse or somebody that takes care of you. But anyway, Navy veteran, thank you for your service. Shane, from the Space Coast, Mr. Shane Burgman. Shane, how you doing, buddy? Are you going to see it? Yeah, we are going to see you next week. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'll be over. I'll be leaving God's country to head to Naples, which I've never heard Naples referred to as God's country. I thought it was the reverse of that, but I'm excited about that. It's a good lineup you guys have. It's going to be a fun event. We're actually getting there a day early to kind of start the celebrations off right. And then it's a jam-packed lineup, man. It's going to be a lot of
Remember, do not break rule number one of real estate conferences. Don't do what Dan and I did the Monday night of the Tom Ferry conference where you go too hard the night before, because that will destroy you.
I thought you're supposed to do that.
You are supposed to do that, but it's just a
Actually,
rule.
Shane broke rule number one, too. What are you talking about? This guy.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be there Tuesday as well, but we will not do that. But anyway, today we are talking 60,000 agents have already exited the industry. The 90-day plan from Tom Toole to get ready for the fall and also to finish out the year strong, best pop-by strategies, and how to effectively use QR codes in ways that you might not be familiar with, and much, much more. But before we do, please, I've had a really tough week. The Giants, maybe the worst team in football. Aaron Rodgers snapped his Achilles. For this, please, for me, throw this a like, throw this a comment, make sure that you are subbed, and let's get into it. Shout out to Eric's mother, Diane Simon. Topic number one. Yes, hello, Diane. Topic number one. Haley, can we please pull up the screenshot here from Unusual Whales, which is a very popular and prominent Twitter account. They posted this, I believe, last week, where reportedly 60,000 agents, here it is right here, 60,000 agents have already exited the industry over the last 6 months. With high rates and record low inventories, agents are going through a bit of a tough time here. This article by Tom Toole and the BAM staff outlines a 90-day actionable plan to get ready for the fall and to ensure that you are not a part of those numbers. So Tom Toole's 90-day plan to end the year strong. Tom goes on to say that there are 11 weeks between now and Thanksgiving in the U.S. Historically, business slows down a little bit during this holiday season. He's not saying that there's no business to be done in December. In fact, he would argue it's one of the best months of the year to set up your pipeline. But let's focus on right now. Number one, and he's going to give you 3 clear, actionable items here. Number one, how many days are you going to be working? Why are you laughing, Eric?
I'm just smiling. You're crushing.
Okay.
I'm just smiling, laughing,
Thank
having
you.
a good time. I saw Kristen smile.
back.
I wanted to smile. I'm having a good time.
I'm
That's
back.
all. Keep going.
Listen,
You're back.
The guy takes a
Good to
week
have you.
off.
Good to have you back in the saddle. When I was reading these articles, I felt like I was reading the Torah for the first time on camera. So I'm glad you're doing it now. It's a little bit better.
All right, good. All right, so Tom's tip number 1 is how many days are you going to be working? And what he means by this is if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. Block these days out. Know what days you're going to be making lead generation calls, follow-up calls, prospecting calls, what days you're taking appointments, what days you're working, and what days you're not. Put everything in your calendar. Tip number 2, I apologize. What are your personal minimum standards? I can't wait to ask Eric this. What is the minimum acceptable activity that you are going to tolerate a day? And that's going to be on a daily basis, a weekly basis. And due to the seasonality of things, you might have to adjust. And number 3 is what is your inbound lead plan? Along with an inbound lead plan, what are your follow-up activities? A lot of us are getting inbound leads, but you've got to time block the type of lead that you are working on. So these are all great actionable items from Tom. In my opinion, this is actually the most important time of the year. Shane, I will start with you because you are the most handsome of the men on this panel right now.
False.
What is your minimum acceptable activity, and what do you have in store for the next maybe 11 weeks or really the next 90 days?
Well, thanks for the compliment. I thought I brought the group average of looks down. That's why I thought you guys keep bringing me on because you guys are too handsome.
You do.
But my minimum daily standards from a real estate standpoint is, and reading that article with Tom, like some of those numbers on there, I'm like, there's no way people like do those. I mean, the numbers are ambitious to say the least. So I kind of felt.
Can we clarify these real quick? I got the specifics of the
your calls.
So, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
This is what Tom says. He says he makes 100 phone calls a day. He blocks for 2 hours. He has to have at least 15 conversations. Out of these 100 calls, 15 are to expired listings, 10 are for follow-up, and 10 are for sphere. 100 calls a day. I'm calling.
That's like a Bill Belichick's.
Yes, 100 calls a year, exactly. So
I haven't even done 100
minimum
calls this year.
acceptable. Yeah, that's his minimum acceptable activity. So 100 calls a day. So sorry, Shane, get into yours.
Yeah.
No, they are outrageous. And if Tom and his team does it, like that's why obviously they're successful for it. My approach is a little different.
Tom stands over them and literally makes them watches them dial, makes them call, keeps track on a whiteboard. I haven't made one call today. I don't. It's 4:30. It's 4:00. I've made one call. So sorry, Shane, continue.
No, it's all right. I mean, those are great numbers. If you're hitting those, that's a cool solution. Mine are much simpler. And from just a numbers standpoint, I like to do 10 outreach prospecting measurements a day. And to me, that's generally going to be email or text. That's just how I prospect, always have, and probably always will. It's very hard to even catch me on the phone, let alone making a call. I call my mom once a year. You think I'm going to make 100 calls a day? That's insane.
You should call her more often.
I know. I really. I mean, not to get too deep, but I do need to do that.
Yeah. All right, okay.
Thank you.
Right.
I hope you guys do that.
Right.
I also like to produce one video a day, and that's something that I have been doing for quite a while. And we also like to post one a day. This is something a cadence we're trying to get into. And then another thing we've been doing is at least one valuation a day and sending it off to whether it's a lead in our pool or a past client that we've worked with or someone like that where they can get that. That just helps us get into the groove of understanding valuations, getting into the mode of knowing what's happening in the market, and then also just considering that do those practices. Those are my minimum standards on a daily basis.
Kristen, what about you? What is your God, you're laughing.
I run my business a little different.
Activities. Are you making 100 calls a day like Tom Toole here?
Absolutely not. I probably make 10 calls a week, if that, and it's just returning calls to people.
Okay.
My business is entirely referral based, so I don't do any lead generating the way Tom does. But
you had to have at some point, right? I mean, didn't you just wake up and get referrals? You did?
I just woke up and got referrals. I have a really good network before I got into real estate. I've been doing this for 15 years though, so
maybe it's how I look.
But I do 5 reach outs every single day, but it's usually text, a Facebook message, or an Instagram DM. And I'm just constantly in my clients and in my friends and family's face that way.
Awesome.
And on top of that, I'm kind of doing the same thing as Shane. I try and do one video a week. My videos are a little bit different though. And I post a lot of memes and tag and share them with my clients. So I'm constantly communicating with them, but in a different way.
Awesome.
Dan, what about you?
Eric,
I'm going to you first. What's your minimal acceptable activity? Because I feel like you're a tornado of activity, but do you have a foundation of 5 or 6 things that you have to do every single day?
No. I don't. I never even heard of a minimum acceptable activity, but I can tell you what I am working on and what we are doing. If that's a better question, I don't know if this is minimal, but right now for the next 90 days, we're working on a lot of philanthropy. Right, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and obviously we have Thanksgiving coming up, so we're working on a lot of givebacks. We're working on client appreciation. We're really working deep on our SOPs. We've been hiring and recruiting like crazy. So we finally got an ops manager, a business manager, a new assistant. I got a babysitter and a handler. I'm not even joking. It's literally a job title.
For yourself.
We're working on for myself. Yes.
You got yourself
we're
a
working on
babysitter.
I did. Yes. 24/7. She's great. Shout out to Jess. Day one today.
Is she in the room right now?
No, she was prior to me being here. We're working on an email list that we've, neglected basically all year. Socials, CMAs a day, QR codes everywhere. I want a QR code. I want to see one everywhere I go with the team.
Oh my God.
New hires, new office. We just expanded down to Florida, working on the P&Ls and working on Sean Anker's 5 thank yous a day, which is basically, and I could be butchering this, but this is what I've been doing at least. I've been spending time thinking about 5 people that I want to reach out to say thank you. I send them a video, I send them a text, I send them a voice note, and essentially just catching up with people that I haven't had time to and getting into the business that I've maybe neglected because I was so busy, because I now know that the next 90 days are crucial. So,
yeah,
Eric.
Yes, that's great. That was everything. You sent me one of those thank yous, by the way. I woke up to a minute-long, 46-second voice message from Dan. And I got to tell you, there is nothing scarier to wake up to in your entire life than something like that. I thought it'd be like,
wait, at 6 a.m. too, right?
Hey man, I took the Giants minus plus 2.5, and now I'm in Suffolk County Jail. Come get me. But it was, you saying thank you to me for,
yes.
everything, I guess. Anyway,
yes.
Appreciate that. I have
what are your minimum?
Yeah. Go ahead. You could ask me the question as the hook, and then
sure. I'm going to ask you. Okay, ready? So because
so we can get a clip out of this, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay, ready? Clip this.
Ready.
Eric, content purposes, what are your minimal acceptable activities?
Thanks for asking, Dan. I have a lot. Since 2020, I post every single day on the Broke Agent account, no matter what. So there's at least going to be 1 feed post. There's at least going to be 3 to 5 Instagram stories every day on the Broke Agent. There's going to be one of those memes or videos posted to my Facebook page, and probably 2 or 3 tweets. That's every single day. From BAM, our media company, there's at least 2 or 3 feed posts a day. There's an email that goes out every single day that has our 4 or 5 blog posts, which is another minimal acceptable activity, is we have 4 or 5 blog posts. And then we embed all of our shows and our videos or our blogs. And then in each email, we now have something called BAM Bites that has an agent tactic. It has an agent data point, and then it also has an agent marketing tip. So now our emails are must opens, and our open rate has exploded to almost over 50%. So that's every single day, and then just quarterbacking the content. But if I go a day without posting on the BAM Instagram or the Broke Agent Instagram, I'm dead.
I honestly, I don't think there's ever been a day since the day that I've met you that there hasn't been. I can't even find posts of yours to like share with a friend or something because you post so often. So kudos to you. I think
4,600 right plus in the bank right there. 4,600 plus. This is never going to end. I will be 45 years old creating memes about aliens and everything. So,
well, they're here.
This shit doesn't stop. Let's go.
And kudos to you for being consistent with that. I think that's really kind of like the most important thing right now is being consistent, working on the next 90 days, and not becoming one of those statistics. 60,000 agents. Like there's a lot more to come. This isn't as we approach the kind of the quote unquote slow season. So all great points. Shane, you look like you're either about to come through the screen right here and beat me up, or you have something.
you look like Samara from The Ring, like you're about to climb through us and tell us we have 7 days left to live. What's going on over there?
7 days.
Yeah, no, man. This guy had 1 Celsius this morning, and he's acting like he's.
No, he's seething. He's like.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys could see me. I didn't realize the camera worked like that.
Yeah, what do you mean? This is a live show. Of course we could see you.
It's a live show.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, I'm still like 100 calls a day. Like I guess I'm still in that space. I was like honestly trying to figure out what that looks like and how much time you allot to each call and what that looks like in a daily. I was just overwhelmed with numbers.
Well, if you're calling 50 expireds, you got to assume 90% of those don't pick up. So you could probably bang those out. And
that counts as a call. I guess
those are of course it counts as a call.
He said
15 touch points a day.
Okay.
I think this is more so for maybe like a newer agent or an agent that is looking to, continue to grow their pipeline. Like if you have a steady pipeline right now, like, Kristen, like you said, and Shane and I do, like it's hard to make those calls because a lot of your day is spent on on other agents or your clients or prospecting or referrals. So I think that is a very aggressive number, but it's always good to set your goals high, and you could always adjust low right down. I think that's like a legitimate Tom Toole like requirement to be on his team. I think you have to run like a 4.0, 50-yard dash and make 100 calls minimum an hour. But
Get on his team.
that's
Tom
why he's
Toole's
Tom
not
Toole, and
running.
that's why he's the
Tom
GOAT.
Toole's not running a sub 740. I'll tell you that much.
When
we'll make him run it at Bam Camp.
When
Yeah,
I read that
exactly.
article,
Speaking of-
something. Oh, you want to?
No,
do
go
it?
ahead. No, I don't want
Well, I was
to.
saying with that article, something that kind of like broached my mind was a post you guys had done previously with Tom's story. It might have been earlier this year. It was when he talked about the home health checks. I don't know if you guys remember that, but
Yeah, of course.
that was something that we've incorporated into our kind of routine. And I started it back in August, and it's something we do every day where basically the valuation you send to someone, we just call it the home health check. But he had a really good analogy. It was like how doctors reach out and see how, their clients are doing and things like that. And it's like, we should be doing that as real estate professionals, is like almost checking in to let them know what their equity is and where they are positioned in the market. I thought it was like a really, really cool way that he had changed the angle on it. So we've incorporated that. And I just thought of that when I read Tom's article about his 2,000 calls a day.
I got to say
Something
this.
that
See, you're getting direct value from Bam, from Tom's story. You know where you could get even more value, Shane? In BAMX, of course. Kristen's a member. Shane's a member. We just did a 45-minute live training on MiniChat, which is the DM chat automation bots that we use on Instagram and in Facebook to get more leads, to get more email subscribers. Kristen just gave me a great tip. I went live a couple days ago. Not a couple days ago. 24 hours ago, I was playing one-on-one basketball with my dog, Lugnuts, and the whole goal was to get people to sign up for BAM Camp, but I didn't even mention it. She said that I could have a mini chat on the actual caption where I could pin a comment, say like comment the word BAM, and then while people are watching me live, they could comment the word BAM, and I could send them an invite to BAM Camp, which is 1 week away in Naples, Florida. There's about 5 tickets left. Get your ticket right now. And guess what? If you want to get your ticket right now, you want 25% off your ticket. You got to become a member of BAMX, where we have all these trainings. We have the best courses in the game. We have Tom Story's YouTube course in there. We have a private community. Use code WALKTHROUGH for 10% off. There's a link down in the description. Join BAMX. We have 750 plus members in there right now. And this thing started 3.5 months ago. There's a reason people are joining it. It's nonstop value. Kristen, tell us about BAMX real quick. Or you like it, right? You don't have to tell us about it, but you like it.
I love it. I actually
I feel like I had a Celsius. You like it, right? Come on, tell the people. Give me give me something there.
You said 750 members. Wow. Now I know why Eric's pre-approved for $2.5 million, and he's looking at San Diego.
Here's the thing: it's a $10 price point. So I wish, unfortunately. So go ahead.
For
Kristen.
a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. All that value. You could have asked me. I would have told you that I loved it. My team loves it.
You're right.
My
We all love
loves
it. It's okay. Let's move on. We don't. You get BAMX. If you're not signed up right now, you're completely out of your mind. Let's move on to the next topic, which is what is it? Popeye's chicken here. What are we talking about, Dan?
We're talking about. Well, you know what? Actually, before we move on to topic number 2, let us know in the comments what you're focusing on the next 90 days to end the year strong, and if you think 100 calls a day is realistic, and also let us know if we'll see you next week in Naples, Florida. Okay, now we can move on to topic number 2, which is 20 seasonal pop-by ideas to stay top of mind through the end of the year by Sarah and the BAM staff. She listed 20 ideas here, and I strongly suggest everybody go in here and read them because I am horrible with pop-bys. And a pop-by is basically you stopping by a client's house or dropping something off for them. But I'm terrible at this. As my client list grows, I need to get better. So this is a must-read. She rattled off 10 for fall and 10 for winter. Mm-hmm. I can't read or write, so I'm just going to give you my top 5 for the fall here. As a real estate agent, you can't afford to keep a low profile. You want the people in your neighborhood to think of you the next time they start thinking about buying or selling a home. So here are the 5 quick little snippets here that I chose. For fall, number 1, fall forward gift bag. That's with encouraging surprises like an autumn spice room spray or a scented candle, vanilla or cinnamon scented lotion. I wouldn't mind getting some of that. Number 2, tailgate party kit. Hopefully that comes with a create a mini tailgate party package with snacks, a cooler, team-branded cups or koozies, and a schedule of a local football game or event.
That's my kind of pop-by. I love the football schedules. I do. I used to have one on my parents' fridge. I would look at the U of A football schedule, the U of A basketball schedule. It's nice knowing when the home games are. You could put the branding on there. Then they're looking at you every single day. They're looking at the Kristen Clowry group. They're looking at between 2 appointments right there every single day on your fridge. You like that, Kristen?
Love it. Thank you.
Okay, good. Keep going.
Very good plug. Number 3, a local farm market bag. Give clients a reusable tote bag filled with fresh produce from a local farm market, along with a list of nearby markets and recipes for fall dishes. That's cute. Number 4, a thankful for you with treats to let the recipients know that you are thankful for them. Small box of chocolates, truffles, a dish towel, anything. I need a sour on my team immediately. And number 5, a pumpkin carving kit. This is a great one. With a pumpkin and stencil and tools, make it easy for them to create a seasonal decoration for their home or front porch. I need to do all these immediately. Kristen, what are some pop-bys that you do to end the year here? Any seasonality pop-bys? Anything you caught from this article?
Well, we actually are implementing 2 of those ideas already. We do a pumpkin pie and an apple pie giveaway for all of our clients. So we do that every year, usually right around Thanksgiving, which for us in Canada falls at the beginning of October. So we're just gearing up to that one out. And then I also sponsor a thing here called the Festival of Lights, which is a drive-through thing, which got really popular during COVID because you weren't allowed to go out, where you can drive your car through and it's just lights for Christmas. So I sponsor that. I get couple hundred tickets, so I give those out to all of my clients as well as client appreciation stuff.
Awesome. Shane, what about you? I'm sure you have some sort of absolutely insane out-of-the-box idea here on Popeyes. I can't even imagine. You probably bring them a rocket ship or a Navy or a submarine.
That'd be pretty expensive, man. $250 million, Popeyes.
He can
Go ahead,
afford it.
Shane.
So I live in Florida, where if you do a Popeye, you get shot. So the Popeyes have never really been like a huge part of my my business per se, but I am a huge fan of client appreciation events. That was hard to say.
Okay.
This season specifically, something that I've done for the last 3 years, and I guess it would be in the category of client appreciation, is there's a church right around the corner from where I live, so in my local community, and they always host a pumpkin patch in the parking lot of their church there. So for the last 3 years, what I do is and it's gotten bigger and bigger as it goes on, but essentially I hire a band to go in there and play some music. I buy all the pumpkins there, and everyone that goes through, they get a free pumpkin and they don't even know it until they go to check out. It's like the most beautiful thing when you see it and they're like, I don't have to pay for it. And cause our we buy them all. And then I also have some goodie bags going on. I invite all my clients and I do special goodie bags for them. And it's a really cool event. We brought a photographer last year and we were able to do like fall photos and do it just felt like a good family situation. And we've done it every year and looking forward to it this year. Cause every year I'm like adding an additional element to it. But my first year, it just started off with me going there and buying 100 pumpkins and allowing the church to kind of give them away. And it just so happened to be like on their last day. And it was like kind of like the not so great ones. So I didn't think they were going to hit their numbers anyway. And then it just kind of grown into this bigger event. But on those lists, like packed with good information on those, there's something that I really liked on there. And she had suggested like a photo session. And I thought that was a brilliant idea because this is the time of year that families are doing like their fall photo shoots and then their holiday shots. So if you're able to like book a photographer for 10 clients and then give them to like your A-list clients or whatever it may be, like that's a really cool value add I think you can do. And I think it would bolster a relationship with the photographer and they'd certainly appreciate the business. So I love that idea.
Absolutely. Eric, any fall content here? Any are you getting Popeyes in your apartment complex here?
Dude, if someone dropped off one of those wart infested pumpkins at my house, I would probably shoot them as well. You know those disgusting gorts or whatever those things are? Like there's pumpkins.
I think it's a gourd.
And then there's pumpkins with just a bunch of warts on them. I don't know why people sell those. You know what I'm talking about, right? Because those things are disgusting.
It's like your funny story.
It's like your pumpkin has a bunch of like acne vulgaris or something. So
yeah.
I don't know. Fall content ideas, football. We got Halloween coming up, spooky season. Got to tailor the content around that. We have Labor Day. This is just something I suggest every single time. Look at the calendar before you start posting each month. Yeah. And to me, just as Tom Toole's article said, the next like 2 months, everybody's back on their phones. Everybody is back doing business. Vacation season is temporarily over. Labor Day is over. So this is a great time to get more engagement on your posts and get out those like your biggest content piece right now because everyone's going to check out again in November and December. So
I think it's pretty crazy how time flies. I mean, it's Labor Day is already over. Football season is already here. I mean, summer's over in New York, right? Northeast. It's wild. So you're so busy in the day to day of everything. You almost kind of forget that these holidays, like Thanksgiving's in 11 weeks. My God, that is actually very soon. Halloween. It's insane.
I think also like sponsoring a tailgate is super easy. If you're in one of these football towns, I mean, Kristen, you're not. I don't know what happens in Canada for football. You have
Don't they have
CFL.
the XFL in London, Ontario, or whatever?
No, we don't have anything football-y here.
Kristen, are you from London or from Ontario?
London is the city. Ontario is like the province, so the state.
Culture yourself, buddy. I did my research.
Dan, you know what I'm doing, Eric? You thought London was in Europe before we started this. You called me and you were just like, wait, Kristen's British?
That's funny, but I met her at TF, so I knew what I'm doing here. And I need to get a lot better with the Popeyes. As I said, as the client list grows, I am horrible with this, but we do have our grand opening in Florida. That will be next month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we're doing a lot of philanthropy and giveaways on that. We always do our Thanksgiving event where we basically rent out a restaurant. We buy 200 turkeys and we invite maybe some of the homeless people or maybe somebody that just doesn't even have anywhere to go, right? Maybe they don't have any family. So we cook for them. We do a pumpkin event, just like Shane mentioned, every single year with a live band. It's honestly my favorite season of the year. It's corn, roasted corn. Eric's probably never had that in his entire life. We do the Fall Fest.
What does that even mean?
Have you ever had any roasted corn, Eric?
Of course.
There's no corn in California.
Arizona, man. We got all the best corn on the planet.
There you go. See, so I was right. He's never had any roasted
corn. Is that because I'm Jewish? Is it? I mean, here's what I realized. You know what I realized just completely out of nowhere? I was at this event in Austin, the Real event. I was definitely the only Jewish realtor there. I feel like I was the only Jewish realtor at the entire Tom Ferry Summit. I don't think we've ever had a Jewish realtor on the walkthrough. Are there any other Jews out there in this industry with their real estate license? Let us know in the comments because we got Rosh Hashanah coming up next week, and then we got Yom Kippur as well. So,
you know, it's pretty funny actually. The reason I knew that, I have a client that will. I don't know if you guys ever had this before, but the guy will text me to make sure that I wish him a happy holiday. Like he'll say, "Hey, make sure next Friday's Yom Kippur. Make sure you wish me a happy Yom Kippur. Thank you, John." Mm-hmm. He actually anyone ever do that?
You don't wish someone happy Yom Kippur. It's the day of atonement. It's the day we're fasting and trying to get rid of our sins. So
all right, well, it's just all right. Well, let us know if you have any interesting Popeye ideas and what you're doing here to show your clients appreciation as we head into the fall season here. And on to topic number 3 from Krys Benyamein, one of the best in the game. 3 ways real estate agents can use QR codes that you might not be using already. If you're not leveraging QR codes in your marketing materials, you're missing out on opportunities. From your postcards to your for sale signs to your business cards to Shane Burgman's open house board pamphlet, huge, ginormous thing that I love to death and I'm stealing immediately. There are so many places to slap these things. And in this post, Krys is showing you exactly where to put them and what QR codes have done for his business. Besides the little guys are easy to make, by the time you're done reading this, you'll wonder why it took you so long to start using them. Number 1, picture galleries and 3D tours. Once his clients scan the QR code on the just listed postcard, they're forced to log in with their Google or Facebook, which allows him to capture their info and follow up with them. Number 2, videos and other social media content. On the back of the postcard, he's leveraging the content that he makes and creates by spending time putting them at the back, and I guess the link drives it straight to his content. Sorry, I misread that. Number 3,
that was a tough sentence. I was looking at it while you were reading it. That wasn't your fault.
Yeah, that was very. Thank you. I appreciate that. Number 3, he's using it for home valuations. Another idea that he's used is when he sends out his in escrow postcard and a QR code, homeowners can scan it to get a free home evaluation. And because it says it's in escrow, it is a call to action. So I'm using them, like I said, aforementioned in the beginning of the show, we're using them everywhere. I have them on my backpack. I have them on my luggage, my phone, my car. I can't get enough of QR codes. And it is seriously, really, truly helped. Like our open house signs, our panels, our sign writers, my car has a QR code, my phone case, everywhere.
Show me your phone case right now. There's no QR code on there.
You're going to be made to look like an absolute fool right now.
Please tell me those.
I feel
and show me your car.
Right. Shane, in the meantime, I know that I don't have a case on my phone right now.
Oh, right. Of course. Yes. Okay. Right. Of course.
All right.
that
Well,
builds
you know
up. I
what?
thought it was
I
happening.
do have one. Okay. It's
Right. It's
anyway,
on another
Shane.
case on
Yeah.
another phone. Yeah.
And
Go
I
ahead,
did get
Shane.
this one last week. Shane, you use QR codes, and as I mentioned, I'm actually going to be trying to steal not steal, but borrow your idea for the open house QR codes. What else are you doing to implement QR codes in your business?
So I use them a lot, and I'll take you down two paths how we primarily use them. Path one is going to drive to my link tree. And on that link tree,
That's a
I can
fun
use it
path.
for multiple. Well, hear me out on the path on that.
You get to go to your link tree, or what's the second idea? I can't wait to hear what this is. Choose your own adventure, huh? Just kidding, Shane. So first,
No, I appreciate it, man. It's giving me a lot of confidence. So when it goes to my link tree, the way that I use it is specifically, I'll talk about open houses. So where I live, there are a lot of gated communities, and sometimes we can't get those gates open for open houses. So what we have tended to do is post a QR code on that little number pad to get in. And then as soon as someone scans that QR code, it'll go right to my link tree. And I have the ability to put on that link tree very prominently the gate code. So that's been a really simple solution to get people the gate code. Of course, you'd want them to call you and other things, but if I'm tied up in a conversation, it's just not realistic to do it. So I get a laminated piece of paper with my QR code, and it literally says scan for QR or scan for gate code. They scan it. It's right there on the link tree as soon as they scan that. They don't have to click through anything else. The second thing that we can really use for the open houses within my link tree is on that banner that you guys talked about. That code would go to my link tree. And one of the other sites that I'll have on there is what I'm calling a Yeti giveaway, or whatever I'm giving away at that open house. And that essentially is my open house sign up. So what it is, it's a jot form that I've linked to that. And what people do is they have to fill out their information to really enter this drawing for the Yeti. It's a $250 cooler. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but they fill out their name, their email. It has an automatic drop down for what property address it is. And then I ask for a little bit of feedback. What do they think about the price? Are they interested, etc. And as soon as they fill that out, I get it on my email. It goes straight into my CRM, and I've gotten their data. And then what I do is on that Monday following the open house, I do the raffle and give them the cooler. That's path number one. Not that exciting. I know you loved that, Eric. Path two is how we've utilized it on postcards. Essentially, I've done postcards in my farm where it looks like a YouTube thumbnail. And it's a video that I've done, whether it was a listing video or one of the mega open houses we hosted in there. And on the back of it is just a link to the QR code. That QR code goes directly to that YouTube video. So people scan it, they watch the video I'm referencing on the postcard.
Love that idea.
Shane,
I've never heard
really
that before. Having a YouTube video thumbnail as your QR code. That's genius, instead of a just listed or just escrow or an escrow. Go ahead, Dan.
For your banner that you guys use and
Mm-hmm.
that blog that like I said we're definitely gonna be borrowing. Do you ask people to sign in once they get into the house as well, or are you just assuming that they're scanning that QR code right away?
Yeah, so I have another laminated piece of paper that's in the property with me. So like the Yeti cooler has been a thing we've been doing, and it's a very nice cooler. And if you open up the cooler, well, I have another laminated piece there that has the QR code and it says scan to enter. And as soon as they scan it, they'll get the link tree, and the link tree, you can kind of prioritize a certain thing on there. You can do like a wobble, you can do like a zoom in, zoom out. So they know what you want them to click. And it says Yeti giveaway. It's very fucking obvious what I want them to select. They select it, they put in their information. I get their information in real time, and I let them know what it's going to look like, that I'm going to be doing the raffle on Monday.
A very unnecessary F-bomb there by Shane Burgman to emphasize the
Shane,
Yeti.
What you maybe just think of is when I was down in Florida, and you've actually seen our Sarasota office. So we have a sandwich board right outside of it, and it just kind of said like, "Hey, we're open, come on in." And I just ordered one that has literally just a QR code on one side that has if you're an agent, right, if you want more information, and then the other side, hey, scan this to view our listings. Both go straight to our landing page, right? We get all their information. We're sending out direct mail with literally just like, hey, want a free home evaluation? Not even a picture of us, just a QR code. All they have to do is just scan it and you get a free home evaluation. Everybody's always curious about what their price is. Sandwich boards, like I mentioned, and even the listings, like you would be surprised, but all the listings that we have on our in the front of our office, right on display, we've even included QR codes. There's even one panel that's just a QR code.
Just a QR.
So we are putting them everywhere, minus this phone case that Eric is going to talk about forever.
So that, I don't know if you guys can, if it's in focus.
No, we can't see it.
I'm going to try to get it in focus. So this is, oh man, I just got it and it locked out.
I got it right here. I'm going to do it too.
So this is a little hack that we all did when we were in Dallas, and we did an internal game, and that goes straight to your Instagram. So you guys can do that on your Instagram. Yep, you got it. So if you scan that, it goes right to your page and someone could follow you. So for like conferences, that's something we'll do. We'll pull it up on there, and every time you're meeting someone, you're just like, scan this shit. And then
it's kind of lame to do that, honestly. People sticking QR codes in my face at conferences.
No.
I was a fan of it. Kristen,
I did it to you a million times. You loved it.
Do you
Do
have
I
them
use QR
equal to your
codes?
head like Dan does? Do you have them on your tissue box? Do you have them on your forehead? Do you have them on the
If
microphone?
I could get a QR code that
Because
would
this
like
guy
go
doesn't-
right to my CRM or right to my landing page, tattooed on my neck, I would. Okay. If my mom would kill me. Kristen, how are you utilizing QR codes? Did you learn
QR
anything from the
codes.
article?
Yeah, actually,
QR
we
codes.
have, when we do open houses, we've got a sign up at the front door. Same thing, scan to get in, and their contact information goes right into my CRM through Chime. So I've been using that. I learned this from Krys just a couple weeks ago. So we just ordered new for sale signs that have QR codes, like dynamic ones, printed right on the sign. So we're getting set up right now. So those QR codes can automatically go to this single site landing page for each property every time a sign goes up. So we're just starting to get into using them. I thought that they were dead 5 or 6 years ago, but it seems like COVID brought them back since nobody's got menus on tables or anything like that anymore.
Yep.
But yeah.
We've even gotten stickers because I'm too cheap. If I had to go replace all of our signs times 50 times 10 listings each, so we actually just got stickers that we literally just slapped on our pre-existing open house signs. So now we're like, or our panels, and it's worked perfectly. But it also is very important too. And I learned from Krys here that you can actually link it to your social media, which is pretty cool, or some of your videos, or even like Shane, you mentioned, right, like a thumbnail. Mm-hmm. It's really important that wherever that takes them, that you're not just letting it go to waste. Right. So I had an issue with my team where we had 180 leads over one weekend of an open house. They went nowhere. It literally went nowhere. Nobody could find them. Everyone signed in. It just was lost in the sauce. So it's important to make sure that you're getting them to a landing page or getting them to your CRM, like you said, and following up. Eric, are you utilizing any QR codes in your business with BAM?
Yeah, I put a QR code on Miles's collar, so anytime we're walking him around Brentwood, someone says, "Oh, what's your dog's name?" Cute Golden Doodle. QR code, boom, they go to it. It takes them straight to BAM Max, where they could use code walkthrough for 10% off.
25.
We use 10%. We could 10. Use you'll get 25% off BAM Camp.
Right. Yes, correct.
We use QR codes when we give presentations. I know at BAM Camp, there's going to be a lot of people who have QR codes throughout their entire presentation. Download the slides here.
I hate that. That should be banned.
No, I think it's so much better because everyone is taking moronic photos of these slides that they're never going to look at on their phone, which is the classic joke. But you're going through the slides and there's a QR code at the end, takes you straight to the slides and for an email grab. So we've been using QR codes for BAM Max, for BAM, that take people straight to the website or to our email list whenever we're giving presentations. We just used them at the Austin event. We got like 10 signups on the spot for BAM Max because people were using QR codes. So QR code.
I take that back. I meant more so like
code.
A link to their social media, right? Like you're talking about, you're wrapping up the presentation and just scan this code. That's better. I don't like going somewhere where the entire time it's just a QR code and the person speaking. It's incredibly distracting. I have ADHD. I just see all the lines. So
yeah, at BAM Camp, I'm going to be wearing a shirt that's a giant QR code. I'm going to have a QR code on my hat, and behind us, it's not even going to be slides. It's just going to be QR codes everywhere. And they're all taking you straight to BAM.
We're never going to be allowed back at the Ritz.
You actually have a QR code on your car, Dan?
No, I exaggerated about that too.
Oh, you did mention that. Okay.
I did, but I exaggerated. I would never put anything on my car, but I should. Yeah. Got it. It was more an actionable item for somebody that's maybe listening to do.
That's not a bad idea, honestly. It's a better idea than like the horrific realtor wrap that some people use. Like you have a giant Remax wrap. Anyway, let's get into the marketer of the week. We have.
I thought you were talking about realtor wrappers.
I thought he was too.
I want to bring those up.
They're both pretty bad. They're both pretty bad.
Kristen, what are your thoughts on the real estate wrapping videos?
Oh boy.
They're great.
Perfect. Very political.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. I want to make people laugh. That's what I do. I'm not into singing and dancing. So
you're doing a good job at that. Everyone follow Kristen sells houses on Instagram. She's got a fantastic Instagram, lots of funny memes, and is also
what do you use to whiten your teeth?
Yeah, that's a good
Nothing.
question.
I actually grew these myself.
Wow. Yeah, Kristen, probably best smile in walkthrough history, I would say.
I would say.
Thank you.
I would agree with that.
And we're going to keep smiling right now because
on smiles.
Yes, exactly. My transitions keep getting absolutely destroyed. Speaking of smiles, we're going to keep smiling to the marketer of the week. Haley, let's pull up the first one right here. This is a fantastic video. This video is.
This is
rapping. Let's see. I don't even know what we're playing.
The rapping video.
Oh, it's Shane Burgman again. Marketer
yet
of the
again,
week.
for the 1,000th time.
This is one of the best videos I've seen in the last 2 hours.
There's no QR code.
I'm here to tell you it's okay to break up with your agent. I've been a rebound agent plenty of times. Here are the reasons why most sellers fire their previous agent. The main reason sellers fire their previous agent is because the seller feels like that agent just didn't do enough. And that can be the agent failed for exposure purposes. Their marketing was awful. They didn't hold open houses. They didn't have a sign in the yard. The photos were god awful. It could be any or all of those. Another main reason is due to poor communication. Now, this can include a slow response time, lack of updates, no feedback from any of the showings you've had, and no listing performance reports. Come on. And lastly will be the agent's inexperience. Now, a lot of times we see sellers hire a friend or an acquaintance or their son's t-ball coach. And ultimately what happens here is the agent is either part-time, so they don't have the time to focus on that listing, or they just lack sales and they don't have the experience. If you feel like your agent is failing in any of these areas, have a conversation with them first. But if you're ready to move on, I'm here to tell you.
That was very good.
That was so good.
Great hook. Keeps your attention the entire time. And yes, Dan?
Well, I was going to say,
this guy's sticking up his hand, raising his hand like we're in third grade elementary. I'm trying to get a point across, and you're like jumping through the screen at me.
I was excited.
Okay, go ahead. What's your point? Forget my point.
No, okay, continue.
No, I forgot my point too.
Okay. Shane, I have a question. Those videos, do you bulk record them, number one? Do you have a camera team or like a VA that edits them? Because I was very attracted to like the visuals, like it kept my attention the entire time. And you script these out and have like something that you read off of, because I'm so bad with, like, I'm very good with improv, but to sit down there and have that entire script like that, like, you look so natural.
So there's 3 questions there. We bulk record on Wednesdays from 10 to 2. So yeah, we batch, like today was my content day. We knocked out 4 videos earlier. That set is like my dining room. So we either film in here or there. And that's my full-time videographer that's on my team. So we, like I said, record every Wednesday from 10 to 2. As far as the editing question you had, we edit those in-house. So Connor, my videographer, edits those and puts those out, and that goes with our cadence of posting once a day. And then as far as the script goes, I'm a religious note taker. And then when we do our content days, we spend about like the first 30 to 45 minutes with prep work. And I will have basically like an outline of what I'm going to say, and I just can memorize, a sentence or two, and then I'll shoot that, and then we'll record the next bit. And some of it, like that video was fresh on my mind, because like literally that week when we recorded, I think I had picked up 3 clients that, had tried to list with another agent and it didn't work out. So it was like fresh. I had it. It was really authentic. But most of the time we have some sort of script that I'm memorizing and then just going off on the camera with it.
Love it.
I love it. The editing is so like dynamic. It makes you not want to turn away.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Keeps your attention. Great hook with the rebound agent. And then you're planting the seeds of doubt with other clients and their agents without actually talking crap about any specific agent. Because as potential clients are watching this video, they're like, oh yeah, did my agent communicate with me? Did my agent follow up? Did my agent post crappy photos? Like, you have all these data points that they're in their mind thinking about it. And then at the end, I thought it'd be funny if you would have said like, and if you do, have a crappy agent, I could be a rebound agent. But you had a great way, and the video looped as well. Just overall fantastic job, Shane. There's a reason we talk about you on a weekly basis on the walkthrough. I hate you. All right, let's do the next marketer of the week. This is a video that we wrote about on BAM. This is a video we shared in our feed, but this is just such a simple listing video concept with a green screen. This is by Malaysia out of Utah.
Shout out to Malaysia. Shout out to Malaysia.
Hey guys. Okay, really quick. Do you see this gorgeous home right here? Yes, that one. Well, what if I told you it was located in a private gated community, had access to its own private marina? Yes, I said what I said, its own private marina. And if you love to golf, well, there was something really special in it for you too. Well, luckily for you guys, we just listed this gorgeous home last week, so it is up for the taking. This home is located in Saratoga Springs. It's 6 bedrooms, and we are hosting an open house this Saturday from 11 to 2. So if you can't have this home for yourself, trust me, bring your friends and family, because you're definitely going to want to come visit them here. So I'll see you this Saturday from 11 to 2.
All right. So yeah, my point is just simple green screen video. Just have, your property website or the Zillow link or whatever, and you're actually just flipping through the photos, describing them as they go on. I don't even know if I've seen that before. I don't know if that was like a revolutionary idea, but I was like, this is just such a simple video concept that everybody can replicate. So I don't know about the pass that Dutch background music. It made me think of
I
Mean
liked
Girls
it.
immediately, even though it was kind of vibing throughout.
Everything in Utah just looks like incredible. Every listing that they put out, like the whole team, right? Paige, everybody that's out there, Brody, every house just looks like it's right out of The Sims. Like,
Yeah. Well, those
house-
are the houses they're listing. I'm sure there's not great houses in Utah too.
Yeah, very
Kristen,
true.
what are your thoughts on that listing video idea?
I loved it. It was way better than the usual like speed ramp video where they're speeding up, slowing down, and the agent just introduces it at the beginning. Like I was actually drawn to watch that whole thing, which was kind of cool. Yeah.
Shane, any thoughts in your maniacal brain? Your evil, twisted, sick, psychotic.
Man, no, I think the implementation of green screen videos are really cool. She did an awesome job on that. Really clever and probably super simple for her to do. And for those of you that don't know how to do those, like she literally probably pulled up that listing, screen recorded her phone, swiped through at a cadence where she knew she was going to be speaking, and then dropped it in as a green screen and just like talked over it because you can see it going. We certainly incorporate certain elements with green screen in. Recently did one where we used our 3D tour, so Matterport, with one of our listings, and I like navigated through it, and then I green screened over it like I was some guy using 3D tour for the first time. It was like a really funny like way to do it. But there's so many uses of green screen out there that just make it really, really simple and fun to do. But she freaking nailed it on that one. That was awesome.
Yeah. Anytime you could have something moving on the screen while what you're talking about is actually the focus, holds so much more retention. Because like, I don't know if you've seen these videos on TikTok where you see a clip of a podcast playing and at the bottom of the clip, it's like this video game or a car like crashing off course. That's because they know that your eyes kind of watching what's going on, but the commentary above is the actual meat of it. So it's a brilliant strategy. Shout out Malaysia. We've covered Malaysia 3 times this week already.
Yeah, I mean the fact that we just like sat through 57 listing photos and like didn't lose my attention once, like that's pretty impressive. And it's funny too how many people like hate getting on green screen. I'm one of them, so I'm making fun of myself here. I always look like my head's upside down when I try to do a green screen. Maybe it's just the way that I look, but
you're probably positioning it so your head actually is upside down. You could flip the camera around. That actually would be a hilarious green screen. Is you're just coming from the top right corner, hanging upside down like a bat.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Hey guys, welcome to Sawtucket. This is my new listing.
Exactly. 123 Main Street.
Exactly. By the way, we have a green screen course too in BAMX, and if you're not a member of it, you're insane.
Yes.
Get in there. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming to the walkthrough. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Shane. Follow Shane Burgman. Follow Kristen. Follow Between Appointments. Follow Kristen Sells Houses. Follow Danny Deals. Join BAMX and see you in Naples on September 20th for BAM Camp, our first in-person event. The speaker lineup is ridiculous. There's a link down in the description. 5 tickets left. Let's go.